Title: The Employee You Can't Afford, but Can't Afford to Lose. Meet Priya, a 42-year-old woman who owns a small creative agency in London. She started the business 5 years ago from her kitchen table, using her laptop and big dreams. Today, she has a real office and a small team of 7 hardworking people. The agency creates branding, ads, and design for small businesses. Things were going well until recently. Now, inflation is rising. Clients are taking longer to pay. The bills keep coming in, and the numbers, they're not looking good. Priya sits at her desk one night, staring at a spreadsheet full of red figures. She rubs her eyes. Something has to change soon. She needs to cut costs. But where? One name keeps catching her eye. Leo. Leo is her senior designer. He's been with her for 3 years. He's smart, fast, creative, and clients love working with him. When there's a big pitch, Leo is the one she trusts to make it shine. But here's the problem. He's also the highest paid person on her team. Every month, his paycheck puts pressure on the company's budget. She's not sure they can afford him anymore. Priya leans back in her chair and lets out a deep sigh. How do I let go of my best guy? She wonders. Especially when the business might fall apart without him. It's the kind of business problem no one talks about in books. Not about firing someone who's lazy or rude abuse, about losing someone who's great. She doesn't want to make the wrong choice. If she lets Leo go, the company might save money, but lose its spark. If she keeps him, the business might not survive another 3 months. It feels like being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Priya knows she needs to do something soon. But what? She opens her notebook and writes down one simple line. Find a better way. She's not ready to give up, not on her company, and not on Leo. The next morning, Priya arrived at her small office before anyone else. She felt heavy with worry. By mid-morning, she called her accountant, Ravi, and set up a quick video call. Ravi appeared on screen, glasses at the tip of his nose. How are things? He asked. Priya sighed. Not great. Clients are paying late, and expenses keep rising. I need to cut costs fast. Ravi nodded. One option is outsourcing. You could hire cheaper freelancers or go offshore. Many agencies do that to save money. Priya frowned. Outsourcing sounds easy on paper, but our clients trust Leo. He knows our style and our voice. A freelancer won't have that knowledge. It could hurt our brand. Ravi rubbed his chin. True, but the numbers don't lie. If you keep Leo at his current salary, other bills will go unpaid. Worst case, you could end up with no team at all. Priya closed her eyes. What about trimming Leo's hours? Or offering him a pay cut? Perhaps, Ravi said carefully. But cutting his pay might send a message to the rest of the team. We're in trouble. It could lower morale even more. Priya scrolled through her email, reading a message from her landlord about rent rising next quarter. She thought about electricity bills, software subscriptions, and the salary of her junior staff. All those costs weighed on her. She thought about Leo, bright, creative, always willing to help. He stayed late nights when deadlines loomed. Leo believed in the agency's mission, but right now, Priya wasn't sure the agency would survive another month. That night, Priya couldn't sleep. She lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. A question swirled in her mind. How do I let go of someone who makes the company strong when I can't afford to keep him? In the morning, she gathered her small team for a meeting. The office felt quieter than usual, as if everyone sensed the tension. Priya took a deep breath. I have to share something hard. We're facing serious money problems. I need your input on how to move forward. Her junior designer, Sam, looked worried. Does this mean layoffs? Priya shook her head slowly. I don't want to lay anyone off, but we need to lower expenses. I've thought about outsourcing, cutting hours, or renegotiating pay, but each choice has risks. The team sat silently. They knew everyone's livelihood depended on these decisions. Morala fat fragile. Priya looked at Leo, who sat in the back. He kept his gaze steady but looked tense. She realized the truth no one wanted to face out loud. You can't afford him, but you really can't afford to lose him. That sentence echoed in her mind as the meeting ended. Priya knew she needed a solution that saved both Leo's position and the company's future, a balance no one else seemed to understand yet. Priya chose a quiet corner of a small cafe near their office. The hum of espresso machines and low chatter felt safer than the empty conference room. She saw Leo already seated, stirring his latte. His designer's tote bag lay on the seat next to him, and he looked as calm as ever until he caught her gaze. Priya took a deep breath and sat down. "Thanks for meeting me, Leo. I wanted to talk in person." Leo nodded. "Sure, Priya. What's on your mind?" Priya stared at her coffee. She felt her heart pound. "We're in a tough spot right now. Expenses are up, clients are late paying, and cash flow is tight. You're one of our top performers, truly, the best designer I've ever worked with. But right now, your salary is putting us at risk. I need to figure out how to keep the lights on and keep this agency alive." Leo's face remained still for a moment. Then he said quietly, "I know. I've seen the signs: fewer new projects, some invoices late, you working late. I figured this conversation was coming." Priya exhaled. "Thank you for understanding. I've thought about outsourcing, cutting hours, or even asking you to take a pay cut. But I don't want to make you feel like I don't value you. I do. Clients love working with you. You keep the team motivated. We wouldn't be here without you." Leo looked down at his latte and gently stirred his spoon. After a pause, he lifted his eyes to meet hers. "Priya, I believe in what we're building here. I know times are hard. I don't want to leave, and I don't want the agency to fail. Maybe there's another way forward." Priya's chest tightened. "I'm open to any ideas you have. I don't want to lose you, but I also can't keep paying full salary if it means the rest of the team goes under." Leo nodded, taking a slow sip of coffee. "What if I work fewer hours for a lower base salary, but take on premium projects at a higher rate, and I could mentor the junior designers? That way, the team improves, and we deliver even better work faster." Priya's eyebrows lifted. "You'd be willing to reduce your base pay and train others?" Leo smiled faintly. "Yes. I want this agency to succeed. If I can help the team become stronger, it'll save money in the long run and keep all of us employed." Priya felt relief wash over her. "That's a very generous offer. Let me run the numbers and propose a new plan that keeps you here and helps the whole team." Leo nodded again. "Sounds good. I'll help wherever I can." As Priya stood to leave, she realized something vital. An honest conversation can unlock solutions no spreadsheet ever could. Back in the agency's small conference room, Priya and Leo sat with notebooks and laptops open. A whiteboard stood ready for ideas. Priya started. "We need to find a way for you to stay, Leo. What do you think we can change?" Leo leaned forward. "First, I can reduce my hours. Instead of 5 days a week, I'll work 4. That lowers my base cost." Priya nodded. "That helps. What else?" Leo tapped his pen on the table. "We can focus me on higher value tasks like premium design packages that we charge more for. I'll spend less time on small updates and more on big projects that bring in more revenue." Priya smiled. "That makes sense. What about the rest of the team?" Leo flipped through his notebook. "I'll mentor the junior designers. If they learn faster, they take on more work. That means they bill more hours at my quality level, even with lower rates. Over time, the agency can handle bigger projects without hiring outside." Priya wrote on the whiteboard, "Reduce Leo's hours. Assign high-value tasks, mentor junior designers." She looked at Leo. "And what about bonuses?" Leo thought a moment. "Instead of a fixed pay cut, tie bonuses to project success. For example, if a project meets certain revenue goals or client satisfaction scores, I get a bonus percentage. That way, I'm motivated to bring in high-quality work, and the agency only pays more when we do better." Priya wrote on the board. 4. Bonuses based on success. She sat back and studied the list. "This isn't just about cutting my payroll number in half. It's about making us more efficient and profitable." Leo nodded. "We redefined value. I'm investing my time into tasks that generate more revenue. I'm also helping the team grow, so they can produce more without sacrificing quality." Priya felt relief. She realized Leo was not just a cost. He was a catalyst. His skills multiplied through others, lifting the whole agency. Priya smiled and said, "We don't need to let go of our best talent. We just need to see his worth differently." Leo returned the smile. "Exactly. We're not losing money, we're transforming money into growth." In that moment, both understood an important truth. It's not always about spending less. Sometimes, it's about making each dollar work harder. With new energy, Priya and Leo moved on to finalize the details, ready to relaunch the agency with a renewed sense of purpose and a smarter plan for value. With the new structure in place, Leo shifted to a 4-day week while focusing on premium design packages that charged higher rates. At the same time, he devoted part of his reduced hours to mentoring interns, quickly boosting their skills and expanding the team's capacity. Clients immediately noticed the difference. Projects moved faster, and the quality stayed consistent. Within 3 months, the agency secured 2 major accounts that previously seemed out of reach. Leo's performance-based model allowed him to earn back his full salary, and the agency's revenue grew enough to cover all operating costs without cutting any staff. Morale improved across the board as everyone saw that no one had to be let go. Instead, the team became stronger and more efficient. Priya realized the vital lesson that the right person, placed in the right role, doesn't cost a business, they actually save it. By redefining value, instead of simply reducing expenses, she turned a potential crisis into an opportunity for growth and stability. Priya sat at her desk, reflecting on the past few months. "I almost let go of the person who held this agency together," she admitted. "But instead of cutting him out, we leveled up." She shared this story at a recent business webinar, and the comments poured in. "I have a Leo too. Thanks for showing an alternative to layoffs. So good to see transparency and teamwork win." Sometimes the smartest move isn't to cut costs, it's to renegotiate value. Before you let someone go, ask, "Are they an expenser, an investment I haven't tapped fully yet?" Priya paused and smiled. Moral lesson: in tough times, don't just downsize or strategize. When talent is rare, creativity matters more than cuts. She took a breath and delivered her final call to action. If this story hit home, follow for more real business stories that save money and morale. Subscribe for weekly episodes that solve real-world problems in plain English, with heart and logic. Because in business, numbers matter, but people matter more. The lesson was clear. A company's greatest asset is its people, and with a little creativity, even the toughest challenges can become opportunities for growth.